Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony Picks Morning Show. I'm Tony T. We'll get picks for you today here from college football, NBA, college hoops, NHL as well at the end of the show. And as always, we don't mess around here on the Tony Picks Morning Show. We get right to the picks. And first, we're going to meet the cappers. Let's say hello to Rod. Rod, what's going on?
Blizzard. Good is what's going on here. Winter has arrived in Canada with vengeance. It's like, here you go. Have some of this. Have half a meter of snow for you. It started snowing now, and it's supposed to not stop till sometime tomorrow. So all throughout the day, it's supposed to snow. So it'll be one of those days to enjoy all the sports action we got ahead to make some money. So let's do that. Let's be able to tune in to lots of college hoops going, which I was in the Bahamas.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yes, no doubt about that in the Bahamas. And we saw what the weather's out on the southern coast. We watched that UNLV game last night. It's an atmospheric river. That's what it looks like, man. Nonstop rain. I'm going to get this over here. Probably we're going to get this solo out here, I think, on Monday or Tuesday. So we'll maybe hopefully it won't be as worse. But it's sitting over the Northern California. So if you're handicapping Northern California games, just keep an eye on this weather pattern. It's been kind of crazy here up on the Pacific Coast. All right. We'll take a look here at college football. Let's get it started here, guys. As always, we'll just cover the beginning here with the Nooners. And we've got SMU Virginia. Did I say hello to Solo? Solo, what's going on?
Everything good. We went slow yesterday, heavy card today. We ready to fire. Let's get to it, Tony.
Let's get to it. All right, here we go. SMU Virginia today. The Mustangs favored 11, total 56.5. And then we got Sam Houston and Jacksonville State, Wake Forest, Miami, North Carolina, BC, Ole Miss, Florida. We got Connecticut, Syracuse, Iowa, and Maryland, Indiana, and Ohio State. The game that drew a lot of attention here. Illinois and Rutgers, and that's where we'll stop. We'll cover the high nooners to begin, and we start with Rod.
Yeah, I'm looking at Ole Miss and Florida. You know, I like the over 55.5. It hasn't budged much over the last few days. Anyway, I've been watching it, see what would go up or down, and it's pretty much stuck where it is. And I like it. I like the over there. Ole Miss, we know what their offense can do. They can definitely score some points. Their defense is pretty solid too. But this Gators team, even though all them injuries and been beat up, and the next man up's definitely stepped up for the Gators. Definitely still scoring some points. I think they can pitch in enough to get us up and over the total there. I mean, over Ole Miss and Florida. And then I like Rutgers at home. It's just one of those places. They play their best football at home. And I only have to lay a 1.5. Yeah, I'll take Rutgers at home over Illinois in that one. And then the other nooner I'm looking at is I like SMU here coming into Virginia. It's that offense is really good, and I Virginia can score some points, so I expect we see some points in that one. There's another one, 55.5. I like the over 55.5 there in that one, but I think the bulk of the heavy lift is going to be done by that SMU offense. So I'll lay the minus 10.5, and I like the over 55.5 there in that nooner. And give me Boston College on the last nooner spot. Boston College at home. I don't trust North Carolina. That defense is a sieve. So I think Boston College will score enough to get the job done outright. I'll take Boston College on the money line in that one.
There from Rod, we move on over to Solo.
The Maryland-Iowa game, I think Coach Lockley's fighting for his job. I'm going to take the Terps with the points. I think they scrap and fight hard for him. I think they find a way to get in the back door. UVA and SMU, I agree with Rod. I think points come early and often. I think this total goes over. But actually would have leaned to UVA with the points. Ole Miss, Florida, I think they run it up. I think Ole Miss stays on the gas until this clock hits zero. I'm going to take over 55.5. And this Indiana-Ohio State game, I've looked at it all week. I've gotten a little concerned. I haven't pulled the trigger. This line started around 14. We're down to a little bit over 10. I'm leaning toward the Buckeyes, but I think the over is the better play.
There from Solo. All right. I'll tell you what I think about here, these games here. I'm going to go ahead and take the points here with Virginia. We've seen the SMU here. We look at 3 of their 4 road games have resulted in 1 possession wins. So Virginia's been a pretty good spread team at home, 3-0 to the spread at home when they're a dog of 7.5 to 14 points. I'll look at Virginia in that spot. Also, we're going to take Sam Houston State here. Sam Houston's playing very well defensively in Conference USA, holding teams to 15 points per game and limiting run and passing. And also the Bearcats, a very high volume rushing team, running the football, keeping it on the ground. I'll look for them in that spot. I'll look also here let's see what we've got here. Ole Miss and Florida. Take the points here with Florida in this spot. Florida 5-3 the spread as a home dog. Ole Miss here. Look at their pass defense over their past 3 games. 70% allowed completions, 8.1 yards per pass attempt. It's a little too much for me to lay that kind of number with Ole Miss. I'll look at Florida here at the plus price. They played a little better here for their coach. And also going to look here at taking Rutgers minus the 1. We've seen Illinois struggle on the road, scoring points, just 16 points a game, 3 yards a carry on the ground. And, man, their pass defense has been really bad away from home. So I'll look at Rutgers in this spot. All right, let's continue here on the 26 Morning Show. As we continue here with the show, next slot, we got those. We're going to take you from 12:45 Eastern time all the way. And we'll stop at 3 p.m. Eastern games. So that'll leave us before the 3:30. So the games we'll be covering here will be UMass and Georgia, Western Kentucky Liberty, UTEP Tennessee, Bowling Green Ball State, Rice UAB, James Madison App State, New Mexico State Middle Tennessee State, Charlotte FAU, FIU Kennesaw State, Arizona TCU, South Alabama Southern Miss, and we'll stop here with UL Monroe and Arkansas State. We get it started here with Rob.
Yeah, and looking at this time slot of games, definitely not my favorite time slot of games here in these ones. You look at Georgia and UMass, and 42.5 for Georgia. I don't know. What happens is Kirby Smart and company, it's like race out to a big lead, and if it's like 31-0, they take their foot off the gas. We've seen it so many times. They put in the backups, they put in the sixth stringers, and the game just slows right down. 55.5. They can almost get there on their own if they wanted to, if they keep the foot on the gas the whole game. For me in that one, I'm going to take UMass plus the 42.5. I think Georgia wins it by like in the 30s, not the 40s. I just don't think it's one of those gas down, floor, foot down to the pedal the whole game. I think Georgia wins that comfortably, but not by 42.5. I don't think UMass plus the points there. And then the other one I'm looking at, Tennessee, big giant numbers is a scary proposition. I've seen them in this position before this season, and they don't cover that big giant number. I'm going to hold my nose and take UTEP plus the 41.5. I think they have a shot to get a backdoor cover there. Same thing. It's like a team races out to a lead, and then they take the foot off the gas. They're not no football team out here today is looking going, hey, we got to win by 50 today. Yeah, let's hit a 50. They get out there, they play the football game, and they get up big. And then what happens is like, ooh, we're really kicking the snot out of these guys. And unless there's a reason to keep kicking the snot out of some team, usually they let up a little bit. And then you see, as I said, you see a second stringer in there or a third stringer in there. Give me UTEP plus the points in that one. And then one more I'm looking at before we hit 3:30 is I like James Madison here. I don't like App State at all. That defense is a sieve. And James Madison, I know they're not the greatest on the road, but I think here in this spot they can win by 2 touchdowns plus. So I'm going to lay the 7.5 with James Madison in there. In that one, I think they're trying to bait you into App State with take the 7 in the hook. No, I don't want it. Give me JMU in that one.
All right, there from Rod, we move on over to Solo.
Yeah, 100% agree with Rod on the James Madison game. I'm laying the minus 7.5. I think they roll over these boys. Tennessee, I'm looking for a bounce back spot. I'm going to lay the points. I think they're running up in this one. I think they get it late in the fourth quarter. Western Kentucky versus Liberty. This is one of my games. Western Kentucky's pass defense has played well over the last couple of weeks. I think they ground this Liberty offense down and they find a way to win this on the money line. So take Western Kentucky on the money line. Georgia, UMass, I like the under. I don't think UMass gets on the board too much. I think Georgia does heavy lifting, and we sneak under this total. And I think that Tennessee, West Kentucky, Georgia. Yeah, that's all I have in this slot.
For that slot. All right, I'll tell you what I think about some of these games here. Yeah, I'm with the UMass and Georgia under. Minutemen are going with a backup quarterback. Their quarterback, it's a tough name to pronounce. Fanamapampa. Well, he's out for the year. There isn't a whole lot of depth there at the quarterback position for UMass when you get past the starter. They're going with a backup and a wildcat. A backup who just plays the wildcat formation. So it's I don't see UMass scoring more than a field goal in this game. And I just think here, Bulldogs, when they've been a massive favorite at home, they're 6-3 to the under. This is a spot where, listen, Georgia has a lot of big games left after this. And Georgia Tech is their rival, and then they got to get in there. We'll see what they have after this if they can position themselves in the conference championship game. But anyway, I think they just want to get out of Dodge. One of those get out of Dodge games. Let's get the starters rested. Let's get our backups in there. See who we have. Let's make sure none of these backups want to transfer, give them some playing time. So we always got to think about here. So I like the under in that one. In that UTEP and Tennessee game, it's funny because you look at Tennessee when they face their non-conference opponents, they've bullied them. They have pounded their non-conference foes by an average score of 191-13. I just think the strength of their offensive defensive lines will be too much. They've averaged 64 points per game in their 3 games in the non-conference. So I'll go ahead and lay it here with Tennessee here to bully this UTEP team. That's what they've shown so far in the non-conference, is they've been bullies. Also, I'll be looking here at UAB plus 6.5 here against Rice. Rice has really struggled on the road this year, averaging 12 points a game. We know with UAB, they're kind of that one-dimensional style team that all they're going to do is score with an ex-quarterback, ex-NFL quarterback, an ESPN announcer, and that coaching that UAB team. Al's 0-2. The spread is road favorite. And UAB's had success against these bad teams at home. I'll take the points in that spot there. And I'm going to go under here with James Madison, App State. Boy, James Madison has really defended very well here against the conference here, allowing 18 points a game. Although the passing game has not been efficient in the Sun Belt this year. App State has had issues with accurate quarterback play in the conference, only 55% completion rate. That's not going to do it. So I'll go under in that game in that spot here. And let's see what else I have in this time slot here. Boy, this TCU and Arizona game. I don't trust this TCU team laying any more than this type of number here. Just not a big fan of this head coach, Dykes. I wasn't a fan of him when he's a head coach over at Cal. And how horrible that defense was, and I could see this program unraveling since they made that trip to the final in his first year of coaching, using the players from the previous season. But anyway, I'll go ahead and take the points here with Arizona. They showed me a little bit last week that they're still in. They're still in it. Again, they win out, they get into a bowl. They're 4-6, so they got to win out. We've seen teams like that bring up a strong performance here. And I look here at South Alabama to pound this horrible Southern Miss team, man. This Southern Miss team is just. I've been going against them 3 weeks in a row, and they've been getting pounded. And my goodness, gave up 58 last week to Texas State. And didn't we see South Alabama put 87? They did. They put 87 points on an FCS team this year. All right, remember that game early in the year? They're gonna pound. They're gonna pound Southern Miss here. I don't know how I didn't miss this on my premium. Damn it! But anyway. I like South Alabama in this one. So we got you covered here in those games. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Fix Morning Show as we're getting ready here. So the next series of games we have a lot of games at 3:30. So let's just cover all the 3:30 games. I think they're just piling. This is a big card this week. I think we have 56 games here. Nobody likes to take buys before Thanksgiving. So we have almost a lot of teams play today. I think Boise State's one of the few teams I saw that was on a bye week this week. But anyway, here are the 3:30 games. Georgia Southern, Coastal Carolina, UCF and West Virginia, Colorado and Kansas is going to get a lot of attention tonight. Tulsa, South Florida, Wisconsin, Nebraska, Penn State, Minnesota, Northwestern here in Michigan, San Diego State and Utah State, BYU and Arizona State, Stanford and Cal, the rivalry game there, Kentucky, Texas Tech and Oklahoma State, and we'll end this block of games with ECU, East Carolina, and North Texas. We started off here with Rod.
Massive block of games here in the 3:30 time slot today. I'm looking at Northwestern coming into Michigan. I'll take the 10.5 points there coming into Michigan. The Michigan offense is we've seen at times struggle to put points on the board. I think Northwestern can put enough to get the cover. I think Michigan wins by 7, so I'll take the 10.5 there with Northwestern. And I also take down to 19.5. Give me points with Kentucky. We've seen Texas at times not cover these big numbers. I think Kentucky can come in and slow up that Texas offense. This should be a pretty good football game. Especially it's one of those low totals. Total's only at 47.5, and you're expecting the team to cover by 20. Yeah, I don't like that. I'll take Kentucky plus the points there in that one. And I'll lay the touchdown, 2 touchdowns plus with Cal. I've seen the Stanford defense at times definitely give up the points. And this Cal offense can definitely stack up the points. So I think at home there in that one, they do stack up the points against Stanford and win by 3 touchdowns. I'll take Cal in that one. And then I'm going the other way. Go backwards from the I'm looking at Arizona State here. It looks like they're trying to bait you into BYU. Here, you want the little hook with BYU? No, thanks. I'll take Arizona State. I think they win by a touchdown plus. I think BYU had a solid season early on, but it's starting to catch up. And I think Arizona State's going the other way. Give me Arizona State there in that one. And Kansas, well, they got us last week. Congratulations, you guys got the win. Now you're at home. Got to go. You're going against a different beast here in Colorado, though. So I'm going to lay the 2.5 with Colorado. I think they come into Kansas and get the job done there in that one.
Yeah, from Rob, we move on over to Solo.
Yeah, no surprise. I'm on the Buffs. Lay it with the Buffs. They're going to handle business versus Kansas. I like Michigan at home. Had this game been on the road, I probably would have leaned toward Northwestern. I don't think they come into the big house and put up points. I'm going to lay the points with Michigan. I like Arizona State. They've been playing ball all year. I got on them early this season. Been running with them for the last couple of weeks. I think they get it done. This BYU team is imploding. I don't think they have enough to get to the finish line. I think they're done. Lay with Arizona State. I'm laying the big points with Texas. I just think Sarkisian is the type of coach that wants to put up points and impress the panel as they go forward, and they're going to stay on the gas, similar to Ole Miss and a lot of these other teams. They're going to run it up. I'm going to lay it with Texas. North Texas last week, they played around with their food. I think they bounced back this week. I'm going to lay the 2.5 with North Texas. That total's around 73. It's a little too high for me, so I'm going to lay the points with North Texas, 2.5.
Yeah, that's from Solo. Remember, the top 4 teams get a bye out of that first round. So there's some teams there that are probably jockeying, knowing that if they get that bye, there may be some edge for them, having some rest advantage in that second round of the playoffs. So keep an eye there, how these coaches maneuver this end of season here. I'm going to go ahead and lay it here with Coastal Carolina. They've been a really good home favorite this year, 4-1 to the spread. Georgia Southern's defense is just horrible here. You look at them over their past 3 games, give up 76% completion rate, 9.5 yards per pass attempt, 5 yards to carry on the ground. I'll go ahead and lay it here with Coastal Carolina at home in that spot. Boy, what's going on here with the UCF team, man? My goodness, they may not make a bowl game this year. They've allowed 35 points or greater in 3 of their 4 Big 12 games. I like the way Mountaineers run the football, and they stopped the run. I'll take the Mountaineers here in this spot here against UCF in that game. Also, I'm going to be looking at the over here. I may be the only person on earth taking over in Wisconsin and Nebraska, but if you look at the film, you look at the way these teams are playing over their past 3 games, their past defenses have been getting crushed. So, sometimes you see these games, you feel, oh, this is going to be an under. But when you see a weakness in these 2 teams they're giving up big plays in the passing game, they're going to air the ball out. I mean, these coaches look at films, they see what's going on. And if you're seeing these secondaries giving up big plays, well, hell, you're just going to set up a game plan to exploit the weaknesses here. So I look for an over here in this one, Wisconsin and Nebraska in this spot here. Boy, this is a game here that's scary, man. I think Minnesota. I'm going to take the points here. This may be one of those funky spots for Penn State here, going up in this spot in this weather here. But look at Minnesota at home, holding teams to 15 points a game. They defend the pass very well. I'll take the points here with Minnesota. I'll go ahead and lay it here with Michigan. I don't like what I see from this Northwestern team, especially on the road. They really can't generate offense. This could be one of those games that ends 17-6, 20-6. We'll see Michigan get a touchdown in the last 5 minutes. They'll cover the game. I've seen that too many times here with Michigan, where They cover that last touchdown in the final 5 minutes, and then boom, they cover a spread like this. So go ahead.
It goes the other way, Mitch. When they're trying to get the they're down by 10, and they kick that late field goal to make it 17-10, and then try the onside kick, and they don't get it. Michigan wins 17-10.
17-10 from Rod. There you go.
I think we just talked to see as you we're kind of on the same thing.
Under.
I think we should take the under.
Yeah, I think the under in that game. Again, I just seen Northwestern just horrible on the road. I just can't.
Right? I think that leads to the under. I think we talked yourself. You talked me into an under there after hearing you talk about the game. Yeah, I think you're right. This is about a low score. First to 17 wins this one.
Yep.
Couple offenses that are not scoring 40s. So yeah. Talk me into an under there.
Yeah, and then in the big game, I'm going to lay here with Cal. The Stanford team showed some life. That might have been they beat Louisville at home, but we know Louisville was a horrible road team there. But they still gave 35 points in that game. I like Cal here to pound Stanford. Well, you look at Stanford's numbers on the road, man, giving 43 points a game away from home. So I'll look for Cal in that spot. Could be another rain game there as well. So keep an eye there in that Northern California weather storm that's going on right now. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and lay it here with Texas. Just no fan of this Kentucky offense. When you take a look at their road numbers, have been terrible. And also the defense giving up 31 points a game on the road, 10.5 yards per pass attempt on the road. Oh, my goodness. Just go ahead and give me that Texas team today in that one. I love Texas Tech and Oklahoma State. I'd say go over the total in this one. These are two teams here that can score. But, man, we've seen this Cowboys defense get shredded, man. And I think we can see a shootout here in Oklahoma State and Texas Tech. And I'm also going to be with Solo here, taking North Texas, laying the points here against ECU. Remember, ECU did fire the coach early in the season. They're not getting very good quarterback play away from home, and the pass defense has been atrocious. I like for North Texas to get it done here in this spot. All right, let's continue here on the 26 Morning Show as we get ready here for the next series of games. I think we've got a spammer here, so let me get this.
No, I got it.
We got him. Okay, we got him. All right, let's take a look at next series of games here as we cover this 53-game card here from college football today. Whatever the biggest card here of the season. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, we're going to take you here on this slate of games to 7 Eastern time. Pitt, Louisville, La Tech.
4 to 7.
Yeah, from 4 to 7 Eastern time. Pitt, Louisville, Louisiana Tech, Arkansas, Missouri, Mississippi State, Troy, Louisiana, Georgia State, Texas State, Baylor, Houston, Boise, and Wyoming. Boise's not in a bye week that I thought they were. Washington State and Oregon State will stop there, and we go on over to Rod.
We just go to Solo first on this section.
Solo.
Cool.
All right.
Notre
I
Dame
gotta
and
get my
Army,
stuff back. I was getting the spammer. So give me a second.
All right, gotcha. Okay.
I'll take it over, Rod, no problem. The Army Notre Dame game, I'm laying the points with Army. This Notre Dame game has looked strong. I think Army finds a way to slow this game down and maybe get the 14.5-point cover on the back end. Louisiana Raging Cajuns, they played with their food last week. Tricked the game off. I think they come in this one and really dominate this game. I'm going to lay the 8.5. This is one of the better teams in the country. I'm not sure what happened last week. I think they bounced back this week. Louisiana Tech and Arkansas. This Arkansas offense isn't really that as potent as this line suggests. Louisiana Tech is going to score some points. The under or Louisiana Tech with a plus 23.5, I think is the play. I don't really believe in Arkansas that much. I got one more game for you. I'm sorry. Where was it? I like Wyoming with the points versus Boise State. Home game. I think Wyoming fights. They're going to somewhat slow the run game down. They're not going to stop Gentry. He's going to get his. He's going to score. But I think they find a way to keep this game close and cover the spread with the 22.5.
Yeah, from Solo, go back over to Rock.
And I like Notre Dame over Army here in this spot. I'm going to lay it. I think Notre Dame's just the better team. I think Army, they've had a solid season. I think this Notre Dame team wins by 3 touchdowns there in that one. I just don't think their offense could keep up with the way Notre Dame could score points, especially on the road there in that one. Tough place to come play in Notre Dame. I'll lay it there with Notre Dame. And I'm going the other way. I think Boise kicks the crap out of Wyoming here today. Sorry, Solo. I do. I can't trust that Wyoming defense to slow up Boise. I think Boise's They got that wide receiver who's absolutely beast and in the Heisman running. I think he just wants to catch
running
more
back,
touchdowns.
running back.
Is it running back?
Yeah,
Oh,
Gentry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Gentry.
Gentry. Gentry. So they just want to keep piling the yards for him and the touchdowns. He needs to catch up. It's about here. So he's catching up slowly. So I think Boise helps them out there in that one. I think they're licking their chops going against Wyoming, going, yes, this is the one we can run to 50. So I think Boise gets to 50, and I don't know if Wyoming can even sniff 30. So I got to go with Boise there in that one. And then another one I'm looking at in this time spot is, do we go to 7:30 or do you just all the way to 7s?
Just a 7.
Okay, I don't want to jump the time spot. Then I'm going to take Baylor on the road here, coming into Houston. I'll lay the 7.5. Baylor's starting to play some football these last few weeks, and I just don't trust Houston. You look at maybe lead to an under 50.5, but that Baylor team can definitely score some points. I think they might be able to hit 40 today. Either way, I'm going to lay the 7.5 there with Baylor. And I agree with Solo and Louisiana Raging Cajuns. They definitely are going to be a little bit raging after last week's lay an egg. So take them there. I think they score into the 40s and take it out on Troy there in that one. Try to find an extended line. I think they win easily by 2 touchdowns plus there with the Cajuns.
Yeah, from Rod. All right, I'll tell you what I think about some of these games here. I just wanted to take a look at the status for the Pittsburgh quarterback, Holstein, right? He had been questionable. Let me go ahead and scroll down. It's going to be a lot of scrolling here. There's a lot of games. I want to find Holstein. Holstein will be in the game today here for Pittsburgh, so I'm off that one here. So Holstein will be in as they're facing Louisville, a favorite in this game, but I'm going to stay away from that one. I'm going to take a look here at, let's see what we had here. I'm going to go ahead and take Mississippi State plus the 7.5 points against Missouri. Missouri has issues on the road. The pass defense has been really bad. You have 9.6 yards for pass attempt, and again, inaccurate quarterback play away from home. And we've seen Bulldogs put up some points at home, and they cover games. They've covered 5 of 6 these dog rolls. I know they've had some ugly losses in the non-conference, but they've covered spreads. So I'll take them here in this spot against Missouri. And I look for Louisiana to remember, Troy had a coaching change, so this is not the same Troy we've seen for the last several years, where they've been just a great defensive team, good running team, good balance. I'll lay with Louisiana here in this spot. Louisiana has been very good at scoring against the Sun Belt, and they defended the run and pass well in Sun Belt play. So I'll go to that. I'll take them here. I'm going to go ahead and take the points with Georgia State here against Texas State in this spot. You look at Georgia State over the past 3; they've been able to move the football through the air effectively and been able to hold teams defensively against the pass. They also Bobcats over their past 4 games, the -3 turnover margin at home. So I'll take the Georgia State team here. Bobcats 1-4 of the spread at home against losing teams. So I'll take the dog in this game. I'm going to take Houston plus the 8. I just don't trust this Baylor defense on the road. Give up 35 points a game, struggling in pass defense. Quarterback accuracy, a big issue for the Bears on the road. We've seen the Cougars defend at home, holding teams to 17 points a game and defending the pass very well. 5-3 of the spread as a home dog. Look for Houston this spot. I'm going to go over here in Boise State and Wyoming. I think Boise State can go over themselves here because we talked about this Heisman candidate Gentry. Also, we've seen Wyoming's offense show improvement as well, so that's part of it, though. But, man, their run defense, you look at their past 3 games, they're giving up 8 yards to carry on the ground. I'm telling you, this Gentry could run for 300 yards in this game. Yeah,
he's drilling. He's like, yeah.
I think he's going to run for 300 yards. And you saw in that San Jose State game, they were pounding, they were giving him the ball, even though they were up. They were trying to pad the points and pad his stats. But you got a Heisman candidate, right? That helps in recruiting. I think you want to at least get him to New York, right? I think this could be one of those big games. Hey, if Colorado stubs their toe today against Kansas, which is very possible, look at that spread, and Gentry has that massive game here. You know what I mean? And they'll know the result coming in this game. Hey, Colorado stubbed their toe; they didn't look very good. We can get our guy Gentry back up there, right? So I think it's a spot where you just pound the rock. Gentry has 300 plus yards on the ground, and you get an over in this game because I know Wyoming's offense has shown improvement here. So I'm not going to lay the points here, but I like an over in that game. And boy, this Oregon State team, man, there's a Washington State's favorite this much on the road. Oh my God, I can only look at Washington State here because Oregon State has just been horrible. The quarterback is the quarterback situation is a problem right now with Oregon State. Washington State is a tricky team to play on the road here, but they've been efficient away from home in the passing game at least. So I'll look at that. I'll look at the Cougars in that spot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Speaks Morning Show as we continue here with this college football rundown from this 53-game slate. All right, what do we got here in this year? We still have a lot. We can close it out here from college football. We'll go Marshall, Old Dominion from 7:30 on to the close. Marshall, Old Dominion, Iowa State, Utah, Texas A&M, and Auburn. We've got Alabama and Oklahoma. We can also cover Army, Notre Dame. I think we touched that one already. Alabama, Oklahoma, Vanderbilt, LSU, Virginia Tech and Duke, Cincinnati, Kansas State, Air Force and Nevada, USC, UCLA, and then Colorado State and Fresno State to close it out. We start out here with Rod.
Well, I'm looking at Texas A&M coming into Auburn. Our buddy Ron's going to be at the game, so we have some boots on the ground, as we say. Someone's actually at the game, so it should be pretty good game here in Auburn. So you know what? I'm going to take Auburn at home here. Give me Auburn on the money line to upset Texas A&M there in that one. I think this comes down to who's got the ball last. Going to be a close game, but I think Auburn gets the job done there. I'm going to take Auburn on the money line. The other one I'm looking at here, we've seen the up and down season from Oklahoma, but this is one of those games. It's like, hey, what your season you got this? You circle this one on the calendar and be like, hey, let's get up for this one. It's just one of those games that Oklahoma's really got not a whole lot. Maybe they can get a bowl game, but for me, I'm looking. They look at Alabama coming in, and this is one of those games that hey, they're at home and they step up. 13.5 seems like too much. There in that one, so I'm gonna take Oklahoma plus the 13.5. I think they can keep it close with Alabama there in that one. I know we haven't seen it all year, but I think we do. And then give me Vandy plus the 9 coming into LSU. Tough place to come play, but LSU hasn't looked good over their last few games, and I think Vandy can keep it within a touchdown there in that one. And then I like Duke at home here. I'm going to take Duke on the money line. Virginia Tech coming into town. I just like this Duke defense. I think they can slow up Virginia Tech enough, and they can score enough points to get the win. Give me Duke on the money line in that one. And then I'm going to go back to you're getting 5 with UCLA. Okay, I'll take UCLA in the first half on the money line. They always come out scrappy bunch, but then, like I said, sometimes in that second half, things get a little bit hairy. So I'm going to take UCLA on the money line in the first half there in that one.
Yeah, from Ron, move on over to Solo.
Yeah, the Alabama-Oklahoma game. Alabama's figured some things out. If they simply let Milroe run the ball, they will destroy most of these teams. I'm going to lay it with Alabama. Oklahoma is going to get smoked. They're not going to be able to keep this game close. This thing will be decided about third quarter. I like Virginia Tech over Duke. I think they have the better athletes. I think the quarterback is going to run around and slow this game down. I probably would play the under. It's probably a better play, but I would take Virginia Tech, but I don't like the points on that one. I like Marshall and Young Pennington on the money line. I think they find a way to get it done versus ODU. I'm taking Marshall on the money line. USC UCLA game. Went back and forth in this game all week. I think USC is the play. I'm gonna lay the -5 with USC.
There from Solo. I'll tell you what I think about some of these games here in Iowa State, Utah. I'm going to go over the total here. We've seen the defenses really struggle here for the Cyclones over the past 3 games, struggling against the run and the pass, giving up 28 points per game. And we know Utah, what's happened to this defense as well, struggling against the pass. I'll look over there in Iowa State, Utah. Sorry, Ron, I'm going to take A&M here against this Auburn team. We've seen this Tigers really struggle offensively in the SEC, averaging 16 points per game in conference. Texas A&M, they're scoring on the road. And we've seen this Auburn team self-destruct a -11 turnover margin for this Auburn team. When we look at Auburn here, 0-4 to the spread at home, facing teams that average 200 yards rushing or greater. I'll look here at A&M in this spot. I'm going to look also here at this. To me, is a get well spot for LSU here at home. It's Death Valley at home. We know what it's like there. Kelly is not going to lose 5 games. I just don't see him. I see this. I see LSU covering this game. 9-3 of the spread is a home favorite here. Vanderbilt's already bowl eligible. They're 6-4. There could be a good bowl in play here for them, but still, the issue I have here with this Vanderbilt team is their offensive numbers just really bad here. Look at over the past 3 games, averaging 16 points a game, and they're completing just 49% of their passes. And the pass defense has been really bad. I just see this as a get well spot. LSU come out with a 2-game losing streak. The head coach is really pissed, really mad. They're really mad right now. LSU, Ron. I'm going to take.
But they've been mad for 3 games, looking pretty awful. So I just don't trust LSU. So they can be mad all they want.
They're boiling. They're boiling mad. Boiling mad.
Boiling mad. But you need the guy that comes in there and tells you, "I got the game going on there, and they're down there." So
they need that.
So and it's that guy.
Foghorn Leghorn.
Yeah, Foghorn Leghorn. Man.
Yeah. Oh, they talking about Coach O.
Oh yeah, Coach O. Yeah, they miss him.
You gotta love Coach O, right?
Coach O, man, you lose 3 games. You lose 3 games a season, they get rid of you. That's what he said. Because if you're not in the title game, they get rid of you at LSU. That's what he said.
Just bring him into the locker room before this game, and then maybe I'll give LSU a chance. Maybe give him the Coach O speech. Maybe then they have a chance. But that defense is a sieve. Vandy's licking their chops. I can't trust LSU to cover that much points.
There, I'll look at Duke. Duke's been a good spread team at home against the ACC. 9-1 of the spread at home against the conference, so I'll look at them in that spot. Let's see this Cincinnati. I'm going to take the points here with Cincinnati here. Cincinnati 1 win away from bowl eligibility, but this Wildcats form. I know this Avery Johnson gets a lot of pub, but man, I just don't see it.
They're falling apart. I don't know what happened to the Wildcats. Yeah, no way I'm getting the points for Kansas State. No way.
And a team that's rising right now is Air Force. Air Force changed quarterbacks, and they're looking like themselves again. They're looking at themselves. Nevada, this is another team that's just self-destructed. Nevada, ever since that loss, you lose it in Hawaii. Their offensive form has just been terrible. But I'm just looking at an Air Force team that looks at themselves again. The defense is playing better now because it's tough when you play that triple option. And you're trying to find you got to have the right quarterback in that system because that quarterback takes a beating. I knew parents of a Air Force starting quarterback that started a couple years ago, and man, he goes, man, my son just takes it. I know he used to get hurt. It's a very tough, playing a quarterback nowadays in a service academy, especially now how bigger and faster these defenses are. Man, these kids take a beating there. You got to find the right guy to play that quarterback. They found the right guy to play that quarterback now since the quarterback changed, and I think they're going to outclass this Nevada team. The weather doesn't look too bad there in Nevada in that spot. So I'm going to, even if I wouldn't mind the bad weather because we know what Air Force does. They just run the football. But the defense for Air Force is really tightened up. They held Army in check. But you look here at Nevada at home, 1-8 to the spread at home against the conference. I'll take Air Force in this spot plus the 3. I wouldn't mind sprinkling money line. Yeah, UCLA. I know this is tough when you look at the home road splits. I know somebody made a comment about that Cal-Stanford game being not really a home game, but you're on somebody else's field here. USC is a road favorite, 2-9 to the spread. I'm not a fan of laying points with USC on the road here, so I'll take them. This could be a field goal game at the end of the day. Remember that 4-point games land at 4 a lot. So I'll look at taking the points here. UCLA has shown some sort of pulse this year, especially late in the season. That win against Iowa kind of impressed me a little bit. That was not an easy win. That's still a quality program. And again, we're going back to this weather game here with Colorado State and Fresno State going to go under the total because Central California is now going to take the beating from this storm. Rain is definitely in the forecast, but we take a look here at the Bulldogs, man. What has happened to Fresno State? They're running for 2 yards a carry over their past 3. Man, the toughness has left this program. Although they have played good defense the defense has played well over their past 3, and the Rams have run effectively here in the conference. And again, a game like this, if you're Colorado State, you're in line to get into the Mountain West title game. Don't do anything stupid. Don't do what UNLV did in the first half, throwing the ball over the middle, pick sixes, snapping the ball over the punter's head. San Jose State only got 1 touchdown in that mess yesterday. From their offense, right? Just you're the better team. Just grind it out, get the win. I like the under in that one, Colorado State and Fresno State. All right, let's continue here on the 26 Morning Show. It was a lot of college games to cover. I'll ask you guys, was there a game on the card that you missed that you want to give out? Let's start with Rod here on this big card.
Yeah, for me, that I'm looking at I totally missed the Minnesota game. Penn State coming into Minnesota, and I just don't see why people are jumping on Minnesota. I'm not a PJ Fleck guy. He's when he gets up, he's a half decent coach, but when he gets up for games and it's he goes against a defense that can actually play some defense, he doesn't fare so well. So for me, it's just Penn State is just too tough. That offense can roll today. And we know what Penn State's defense. I don't think they're looking ahead to anything. I like Penn State by 2 touchdowns plus. I think they roll the Gophers there today. The one I missed, I totally missed that one. We were talking about it before the show, and I totally missed it. Give me Penn State big today on the road.
Yeah, that'll happen. So, did you miss any game you want to give out?
Yeah, the North Carolina Boston College game. I really love this game. I like Boston College with the points.
There you go. And I'm going to go
money line outright. Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah. The one I missed was Notre Dame. I'm going to take Notre Dame here. I think they're a little too strong. That running game, what they look like here against Virginia, the way they're I think the line difference here with the offensive defensive line strength there for Notre Dame. So I'll look at them in that spot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Hicks Morning Show. We turn our attention to this NBA card tonight here. We got a 7-game card from the NBA. Got some day action here. So we'll get started here with the first 3 here on the board. We got some afternoon action here. Knicks and Jazz. The Knicks continue the road game. Jazz finally at home. We've got the Knicks now about 9, total 233. Pistons and Magic. We've got the Magic here laying 9.5, total 207.5. Hornets and Bucks. Bucks 7.5, total 224.5. We start with Rod.
Wow, there must be a laundry list of guys out for Detroit if that's at a +9.
Okay, yeah, I'll update it here, guys. So on the Knicks side, we got Achua, Robinson out, McBride questionable, Clarkson questionable for Utah, Kessler questionable, Filipowski out for Utah. Detroit, their big guy, Cade Cunningham out here for Detroit. Clintman out as well. Thompson questionable. Banchero out for Orlando. Carter is questionable in that one. In that Charlotte game, we've got they got a laundry list here. Bridges, Jeffries, Mann, and Richards and Williams out for Charlotte. The Bucks, Middleton has been upgraded to doubtful. So we see Middleton doubtful, Rollins doubtful, Robbins and A.J. Johnson questionable. So we've got you caught up on the injuries, Rock.
For me, I'm going to take the under Detroit, Orlando. That is a boatload of injuries. So I think we have a lower scoring one, first to 100 if we even get to 100 in that one. So take the under 207.5. And then, give me the Jazz plus that boatload of points. You want to lay 8.5 with the Knicks on the road? Not this guy. I don't trust the Knicks on the road. Sure, they looked good in their last game, but they took advantage of a tired team in that spot. Laying 8.5 with the Knicks on the road, not what I want to do. So give me the Jazz plus the 8.5 there in that one. And I like the under 224.5 there. Charlotte, Milwaukee. I think you get a lower scoring one. Charlotte with that boatload of guys out. Kind of like the first. I might just tip over 200 there, but not 224. Give me the under 224.5 there in that one.
Yeah, from Arad to move on over to Solo.
Knicks Jazz game. This total's pretty high, 233. A lot of people banged up. To me, I think injuries mean points, so I'm going to take the over. I'm also going to take the over on the Pistons Magic. The over 207. This total was too low. Detroit is going to play a bunch of guys that don't have to play with a lot of discipline. They're going to run up and down, shoot threes, foul, get to the line. This total is going to find a way to creep over 207.
Yeah, from Solo. All right, I'll tell you what I like in these games. I'm going to go ahead and take Jazz plus the 9. I've been a big John Collins fan in this lineup. We've seen the offense pick up. Defense has still been kind of shaky for Utah. They have covered 3 of 5. You take a look at that 5-game period. The Jazz sit 8th in offensive efficiency, averaging 116 points per 100 possessions. The Knicks have not defended well on the road. So in this high elevation game, I'll go ahead and take the points here with Utah. It's just Pistons and Orlando. Boy, it's a lot of points. And, Pistons play a little defense here. They got their big guys in there. So I think they're going to slow it down, play the defense. They are the leading rebounding team on the road this year in the NBA. So I'll take the points there here with Detroit in that spot. And we're also looking at Charlotte and Milwaukee. Boy, it's like I'm just going to lay it with Milwaukee. I don't like Charlotte's shooting on the road. Offensively, 24th in offensive efficiency. Bucks at home, 10th in defensive efficiency. That's one thing the Bucks are doing is they're defending at home, and they're doing a good job of it. So I'll look at Milwaukee here. They're hitting their threes at home, and their home team's a 44% shooting overall. And Hornets, when they start a road trip, 7-13 to the spread on the road, following a home game, and back-to-backs at home. Bucks 6-4 to the spread. So I'll go ahead and lay there with Milwaukee. All right, let's continue here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show as we'll close out the NBA card here with these games. Grizzlies and Bulls. We got the the Grizzlies 5.5 on the road, total 241. Trailblazers and Rockets. We got the Rockets now 12.5. I'm seeing 13s pop up, total 227. Warriors and Spurs. This line, Warriors from 5 down to 3, total 228. Nuggets and Lakers. Lakers hold up from 3.5. I'm sorry, Lakers 4.5, total 235. And we'll keep an eye on some of these injuries here to keep you guys updated early on here in these games. It looks like Houston, another clean injury report today. Portland, we've got Thibault doubtful upgraded, and Aiden has been upgraded to questionable. Scoot Henderson upgraded to questionable there. So for Portland. Memphis, we got Edie, GG, and Williams out. Morant has been upgraded to doubtful. Smart, questionable. Sanogo, Ball, and the rebounder Williams out here for Chicago. In the Golden State game, Golden State comes in with a clean injury report. On the Spurs side, Stokan out, but we've seen these upgrades here. Wembanyama, questionable. Vassell, questionable. Keldon Johnson, questionable. So upgrades there on the Spurs side. Gordon, Kankar out for Denver. On the Lakers side, Hayes, Olivari, Vanderbilt, and Wood out. Davis always probable. It's always going to be probable on that report, it seems.
When was the last time Vanderbilt played?
I can't remember, man. It's been such a long. If it was, it's been a long time. A long time, and he's not been He's been hurt early when he was with Minnesota, man. We got to get that form from Minnesota somehow translate over to the Lakers, because it's been a long time since he's played, and he has some limitations offensively. I get it. And how he mixes here, he has to change his game to play with LeBron and AD. I think that's an issue there because they were a little different style there with Minnesota. But I
played a little defense, and we could use that. But it seems like he just hasn't played in like 2.5 years. Yeah,
I know it's been a while since he's played. But I think some of these players want to show some offense too. It's tough for these young kids that are used to scoring. Okay, we want you to defend. Well, he's grown up being a scorer. He's that man. You get him on the break, man. He's a closer when he gets to the rim. You know what I mean? So, out in transition. But I don't know if he's the right fit in this team. But we'll see. We'll see if he can adjust and get healthy. That's been the big issue here with Vanderbilt because we talked about. He also didn't play well in the playoffs either, right? He was a big disappointment in the postseason. At least here's the word. He's got that foot. He's out for at least 2 more weeks. So good luck if we see him here. He got that injury. He had right foot injury in the offseason. It's been a slow recovery, and maybe once the calendar turns, we may see him in the lineup. So that's been a long absence here for him. All right, so we get to hit the games here to close out NBA, Rod.
To hit these close out, I got a little 3-teamer for you in these close out. First, we're going to get Portland heading to Houston. Hey, Houston's at home laying 12.5. I'd lay up to 15.5 there. So I'm going to lay it with Houston there. They're just the better basketball team at home. We've seen what they've been doing, just rolling right along. It's home team with a good rebounding team, out-rebounding opponents by 3+ per game. It's just not going against that. It's been absolutely money. They can out-rebound and whoop everybody. So just keep riding that Houston team at home there in that one. That's the first leg of the parlay. And the second leg, you look at the Warriors. They're playing some good hoops. I think they go into San Antonio and get the win. I'm going to lay the Warriors on the money line in that one. And then the Lakers minus 4.5. No, not doing it. I'll take the Lakers on the money line. Denver travel spot coming into LA. And we know what LA can do. They win the game outright, but it could be by 3. So we just seen the Lakers play some against Orlando and finally get their own loss, right? They lost that one by 1. Was it a 1-point loss? Yeah.
Missed free throws. AD missed 2 free throws.
Yeah, at the end there, right? So I think
but it was the defense. The defense sucked in the game. They're talking about the free throws, but it comes down to defense, really.
Right, because
the Magic has no business scoring that many points on anybody on the road.
On anybody, no, exactly. Right, so yeah, I'm gonna Houston lay the points. Warriors money line, Lakers money line. Little 3-teamer for you.
There from Ron. Move on over to Solo.
Guys, when you're looking at these cards, man, don't be afraid of these big numbers. On Monday, I gave you guys the Bulls over 236. Everybody had a lot to say. It hit. Yesterday, I gave you guys the Bulls over 245. Everybody had a lot to say. It hit. I'm telling you today, it's going to hit again. The Grizzlies going to run up and down. The Bulls going to run up and down. Nobody's stopping anybody. This total is going to go over 240. I'm with Rod, but since he gave you all that, I'm going to look at another angle. I like this Rockets defense. I like this game to go under. I also agree with the Rockets laying the points. I disagree. This line is a little funny, man. I think I'm going to take the Spurs on the money line. Plus 124. Something looks really off with this line. I'm going to hold my nose and take the Spurs. And the Lakers, you know what it is. We're going over. They don't play any defense.
There you go. I got an angle on that Spurs game. I'll give you out in a second here. I'm going to go ahead in the we're on the Grizzlies game here. I'm going to go ahead and lay here with Memphis. Grizzlies really put up some good points on the road. I don't know if the Bulls can here a team that really struggles shooting the basketball. They're getting outscored by 10 points at home. You take a look at Memphis, 12-3 the spread on the road, facing teams that allow 116 points per game or greater. So against these bad defensive teams, Memphis gets it done on the spread wise. I'll take them here at laying the points with the Grizzlies. Warriors and Spurs. Yeah, it's one of those funky lines. Oh boy, how can the Warriors only be a 3-point favorite? I'll tell you why, because they're an older team and rest advantage for the Spurs. The Warriors are playing back-to-back, also third game in 4 nights. So that's a triple whammy there. It's a spot play here. Spurs also, the number also tells you that these questionable guys probably going to play. So we could see Wemby back in. We will see Vassell and Keldon Johnson. Yeah, those guys. And we know, so that's okay. So Khan's out. We don't need to see his hair on the court. So that's all right. That's all right. That's all right with me. Keep him off. Keep him out of there. But anyway, yeah. Well, I think it's really a spot play. And also, don't forget, this Spurs team is a very efficient team at home. 8th in offensive efficiency, a plus 5.5 net rating. Look at their shooting percentage at home: 49%, 38% from 3, and they guard the 3-point line. And I'll look up here.
I really like the interim coach too. I kind of like it.
Yeah. He's doing good. It's, to me, a bad spot here, and you got the rest advantage for the Spurs. So, man, that's really what it comes down to. Back-to-back, third game in 4 nights for Golden State. Spurs with rest advantage. I'm going to lay it here with the Lakers here at LA. I know it's tough, but they're 8-2 of the spread at home, on a home loss. So they've been able to bounce back in this spot. Denver, just a middle-of-the-road team offensively on the road. They don't always bring their best on the road, although they are playing the Lakers, but it is a back-to-back spot for them. They had a rough game last night there. But, man, it just looked at the Lakers shooting at home, 51%, 41% from 3. Can Nuggets muster the energy here to come up with a strong defensive performance here against the Lakers? I don't see it in this spot. And again, the Nuggets against good teams on the road that have a 600 to 700 win percentage, 3-8 to the spread. So I'll look at the Lakers in this spot. All right, let's continue here on the 26 Morning Show. We got you through this NBA card. Of course, now it's time to look at college hoops. So what we do this time of the year, we don't go by time blocks. We won't do that until we get out of college football regular season, probably sometime in December. We ask the cappers, just give us what you got from college hoops. We start with Rod.
We're going to kick off the day with Marquette beating up Georgia. I love Marquette here in the spot beating up Georgia. I don't know why I've seen some people going, take Georgia. No, thanks. I'll take Marquette. I think they win by 10 plus over Georgia there in Bahamas. So like Marquette there in that spot to kick off the day. And then I'm looking at give me UMBC. We've seen Boston U on the road, and it hasn't been pretty. So I'll take UMBC over Boston U. Another one in the morning. And then give me Delaware plus the points versus Vermont. Delaware is a scrappy bunch. You're looking for Vermont, only 1-4 this season. Lost a few guys from the previous years. Tough spot there for Vermont laying that many points in that contest today. Another one I'm looking at. I like Cincinnati here. This will be their second game on the road here, heading into Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech only won 3 on the spread. That Cincinnati basketball team, they can win by 10 plus. I'll lay the points with Cincinnati with the Bearcats there. They maybe do a double Cincinnati and basketball, Cincinnati and football parlay today. A little 2-teamer. I like Illinois to whoop it up on Maryland East Shore. Here, let me get my let's switch things up here. Here we go. give me Illinois here to win by 40 plus. Maryland East Shore, sure, you've had a half decent start, but look at the spreads that you've been getting. I know you covered the spread last game, but not this one. This Illinois team will. It's just one of those teams in the Big Ten. They take advantage of these spots and a lot of ass slapping and doing that. That's what they do. They love to beat up on the weaker teams, and they're going to do it here. Give me Illinois to win by 40+ there in that one. And then I like the Milwaukee Panthers here. Wolford's awful this season, absolutely awful. And you only have to lay 2.5 with the home team there in that one. Yeah, give me Milwaukee there in that one. And you know what we've seen? There's a number that I looked at. I was like, what the heck? I know Wake Forest can score some points, but Detroit Mercy surprised some teams this season. They were
Took my money the other day.
Dumpster fire, right? Took my money as well. So you're getting 24.5 points with them now. I'm going to take the 24.5 points with the Detroit Mercy on the road. The scrappy bunch, scrappier than I thought they were going to be this season, and they've definitely stepped up. So they're one of those teams that I think they got dissed really bad, and they're like, "Hey, we're not as bad as what you're making us out to be." And now you're getting even more disrespect, getting 24 there in that one. So I'll take it. I know Wake Forest can score some points, but that's too many. Give me Detroit Mercy there in that one. And then I'm looking at here's a team that everybody's been beating up on, and everyone's all like, "Oh, what up, Beaches? You guys are butt, right?" You know what?
New coach.
Yeah, new coach, new team, and they changed things up. I know laying 3. I like it. It was better at 2.5, but I'm still going to lay with the Beaches. I think they come to play today and get themselves a little bounce back. What up, Beaches? Give it a Long Beach State there in that one.
They're the Beaches there, Monson. They did him wrong. Getting fired him, but move on over to Solo.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride on the Marquette Georgia game. I'm gonna lay with Shaka Smart. I think he jumps out early on these boys. We get this money early before they really get started.
Yeah, that game starts in about 20 minutes for everybody.
Another early one for you. The Cal State Bakersfield versus FIU. I like the over 142. I think these teams get up and down, push this pace over. I'm gonna give y'all a free one here too, man. I got strong connection to this UMass Lowell program. I got good eyes on this team. They're gonna lay it with them today. They're gonna cover it.
They're from Solo. All right, tell you what, I'll give you one here. I'm gonna take Illinois State, the Redbirds here at home against UAB, getting the points here. This Illinois State team, good from 3, good 2-point shooting team, good rebounding team. They secure the basketball. That's what you like to see here when you bet college. Minutes continuity, 58th in Ken Palm. I like that. Taking on a UAB team that lost to Bellarmine. I'm sorry, not Bellarmine. They lost to Longwood. Longwood is who they lost on a neutral court on Friday here. And they also have a loss against High Point on the road. And of course, they lost to Vermont. A pretty good team, but man, a High Point loss, Longwood loss. They can't make threes. They can't force turnovers. They don't make free throws. Andy Kennedy, what's going on with UAB? This team is really struggling here this year. Not a lot of size on that team, so I'll look at them in that spot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony This Morning Show. We're going to turn over to hockey. Of course, we're going to say bye to Solo. He doesn't have skates, but we'll see what Solo has for sale over at TonySpix.com. It is a busy month of November. It's only getting busier as we head into Feast Week right now. And Solo has been having to put up great numbers here from the NFL. All right, Solo, what do you got for sale over at Tony's Picks?
Yeah, no skates for me, Tony. So we got 5-pack today. 3 college football. Actually, we got a 7-pack. I'm sorry. 3 college football, 2 NBA, and I have 2 college basketball. So 2 3-packs out there for you. Sign up with me short-term, long-term. Pair me up with the homie Tony, with the homie Rod. You know we on top of the board. We're going to make this money. Let's get down, man. Let's make some money heading into the holiday season.
That's right, guys. Get more Solo over at TonySpix.com. Keep an eye on those long-term passes. That's the way to go. You guys like that 3-day pass on the weekend or extended to 7 days. Get the feast weekend there. Get your coverage through Thanksgiving there with that 7-day pass. And we'll save you some money when you use that promo code TonyT at checkout. Knock that 15% off. You find a link to TonySpix.com in the description. Find Solo right there on the homepage and go ahead and get signed.
And guys, if you're scared, this isn't for you. If these numbers scare you, this isn't for you.
That's right. It's exactly right. There's Solo. It's always great having you show. Continue
good luck,
great
everybody,
success.
man. I'll see y'all
We'll
tomorrow.
catch you later.
Good luck, Solo.
So here on the 26 Morning Show, let's continue on. We get onto the ice here. We got a 15-game card here from the Ice Rod. Let's start here with the afternoon games. We go from 1 Eastern to 3 Eastern to 6 Eastern here. Blackhawks, Flyers. We've got the Flyers here, $1.48. Kraken and the Kings in a day game. Why are you playing in the daytime? There's no Clippers over there anymore. Oh, that's right. The Lakers are at home tonight. That's right.
The Lakers. Yeah,
the Lakers.
The Lakers going.
Now that the Lakers go, so the Kings got to do the afternoon duties here today. Kings $1.65, total 5.5. Wild and Flames. We got the Wild $1.38, total 5.5. Avalanche and Panthers here. The Panthers $1.23, total 6.
Yeah, the arena crew will be busy today in LA. They got it all ready now for the ice in that one. You know what? I like the under 5.5 there in that one. Seattle's playing some good hockey themselves. So are the Kings. They've been playing defensive hockey. They're now 29-10 to the under over their last 30 something games. So give me the under Seattle and LA in that one. And you know what? Minnesota's playing some great hockey. Sure, the Calgary Flames got a nice little win in overtime versus the Islanders last time out, but this Minnesota team, they're going to sweep their Alberta trip. They whooped up on Edmonton last game. They'll whoop on Calgary here, get the win there in that one. Maybe even sprinkle on the puck line. I think the Wild take it to Calgary in that one. Chicago, Philadelphia to kickstart today. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bet Connor Bedard to get an anytime goal. He's on an 11-game goal-scoring streak, so just keep betting it. He's been ripping it in, Connor Bedard. You don't forget about that guy, as I said. That the Chicago team, they had a few more pieces over the next couple of years, and we're going to be hearing a lot more of Connor Bedard. So just take Connor Bedard to get an anytime goal today in that one. And looking at Colorado taking on Florida. It's one of those tough spots. I like the over 6. It seems a little light on the total there. Knowing the way Colorado plays defense, and Florida can definitely score some points. You look, they're combined 23-14 to the over this season. Take the over, Colorado and Florida.
Yeah, from Rod, let's continue here on the NHL rundown here on the Tony More Show. We're going to cover the games. It's all the games at 7:07, just so we can keep it, make it easier. That's tough when you have this volume. You're just picking half or a few of these games. So let's just get all the 7:07s here. Jets and Predators. We see here the Predators $1.25, total 6. Hurricanes, Blue Jackets. We got Hurricanes big favorites, 240, total 6.5. We got the Devils and Capitals here. Devils on the road, $1.34, total 6. Bruins and Red Wings here. We got the Bruins $1.33, total 6. Canucks and Senators here. We got the Senators $1.40, total 6. Golden Knights on the road here against Canadians. Their favorite here, Vegas, $1.60, total 6.5. The Hockey Club at Pittsburgh, Hockey Club $1.26, total 6.5. And the final game we'll cover here on the 7:07. We're going to cover all the 7:07s here. Stars and Lightning. We've got the Stars $1.13, total 6 goals. Rod, these are the games at 7:07.
And the mid slot, the early evening games, as I call them here in Canada. We're going to start with Carolina taking on Columbus. Columbus at home been a scrappy bunch. But this Carolina team's just been too tough. 14-5 in the season, 11-6 the under. 6.5 goals? That's too many goals. I just don't see it there and now. I think the under, Carolina and Columbus. And Washington, we've seen what happened last time. Even without Ovi, they came in and got themselves a win. Playing good hockey, but not against this Devils team. You're back at home here in this one. And what Washington done, they've whooped it up against the Western Conference this season. That's where they've got the bulk of their wins. You take away against all the other teams, what does that make your record? 6-5, 500 at best? Yeah, give me the Devils there tonight. And you look at, I got a nice little spot here with Ottawa. Vancouver, we haven't done, they've slowly started to turn things around, but this isn't the spot. Ottawa's lost, 3 straight hockey games? When you see this Ottawa team lose 3 straight hockey games, they bounce back. They get themselves a win. They're 5-0 in that spot following 3 straight losses. So I like Ottawa in that one in the Battle of Canada there. And another one, look at Dallas taking on Tampa. This is going to be a pretty good hockey game, but Dallas is the better team there. And at a coin flip price, I'll lay it with Dallas on the road coming into Tampa. And then Vegas on the road. Yeah, I don't know if I trust Vegas on the road so much. Kind of lean to an over there. Coming into Montreal, we got to remember a few seasons off of where Vegas lost to Montreal in the bubble. where Montreal upset them in that bubble series. So yeah, I lean to Montreal plus the puck and a half, but I think Montreal's got a shot to outright them. It's Saturday night in Montreal. Good luck to Vegas there in that one. Lead one over. Take Montreal. And then Boston, hey, they're 1-0 under the new coach. I don't trust this Detroit team to score enough points. That's the big problem there. So give me Boston to continue winning underneath their new coach. And I believe that's all the nope, 7, couple more. We can do all the 7.
All the 707s.
Okay, and then we're looking at Utah. Give me Utah coming in to beat up on Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh sucks. Second half of a back-to-back. They lost to the Jets yesterday. I just don't see a bounce-back spot. Utah's the rest of the club. Give me Utah over Pittsburgh in that one. And then take Nashville. Give me Nashville big today. Take Nashville on the puck line. I think they whoop it up on Winnipeg today. If you want, just lay the money line on a little bit of juice. Second half of the back-to-back spot for the Jets. First of the back-to-back spots for the Jets this season. But the big difference is Comrie's going to be in goal for the Jets there, and he's been awful at times. Give Nashville gets the job done there in that one. Why is the Jets a plus price? Why? You're looking like all of a sudden you get money with the Jets? Don't fall for the trap. Take Nashville there in that one.
There from Rod. We got you through the 707s. Let's close out the hockey now with Blues and Islanders. We got the Islanders $1.60, total 5.5. Sabres and Sharks. We've got the Sabres $1.48, total of 6. And of course, this one, there's only one late game. I guess they want the world and everyone in the world to see this one tonight. One late game tonight, super late. Rangers and Oilers. You'd expect probably this would get its own spotlight game here. We got the Oilers $1.23, total 6.5.
Yeah, it's the if you notice in hockey, they gear it sometimes a little towards us in Canada. It's the Canadian triple header. So it starts off the day with Minnesota and Calgary. Starts off your Canadian triple header, and then at the 5 o'clock slot, we get Vancouver taking on Ottawa, and then we end the day with the Rangers at Edmonton.
Yep.
And you look at what the Oilers do against the good teams; they lose. They're absolutely awful against teams that can score some goals. The Oilers struggling to score goals. I have watched the Oilers have a nice lead heading into a third before, and the Rangers came roaring back last time they were in Edmonton. I was at that game, and the Rangers got the win in overtime. Rangers is a tough squad, winners of 3 of the last 4 versus Edmonton. Edmonton 0-6 this season versus the good teams. Basically, they're you can look and say they're 1-7 against teams that are in a playoff spot right now. And that team that one win they did have was against Calgary, because Calgary's in a playoff spot right now. By the end of the season, Calgary's not going to be in a playoff spot. Oilers lose. Give me the Rangers there in that one tonight. I don't trust the Oilers until they can actually show something. And Buffalo played the Ducks last night. Second half of a back-to-back spot for this Buffalo team. I'm not sure if Tage Thompson's going to be in there tonight for Buffalo. He wasn't in there last night, but this Sharks team playing some pretty good hockey. Have the rest advantage here. Give me the Sharks and a nice plus price in that one. Islanders off the West Coast road trip. First game back home. Tough spot here. I'm going to take the Blues and the plus price to beat the Islanders in that one.
All right, we got you covered here with Rod here from NHL. Let's injury news with Embiid. Embiid will miss tomorrow's game against the Clippers. That's just coming in right now. So if you're already starting the cap for tomorrow, you know it will be no Embiid here for the Sixers there. All right, we got you through all the major sports today, guys. Now it's time for our parlay peripheral segment where we give out our parlays. Could be a team player prop. It could be a future game coming up. Could be a game we missed on the board. Hey, we missed it. We're going to give it to you here. Let's get it started here with Rod.
We're going to go to college football today. We're going to go with a little 3-teamer. We're going to take Duke on the money line. We're going to take Boston College on the money line. And we're going to take Colorado State on the money line. Little 3-teamer there for you in college football. Absolutely love that one today.
There from Rod. I'll give you mine here. What I'm going to look at here tonight with my 3-teamer is going to be South Alabama to pound Southern Miss. I also like West Virginia plus the points. And I will give you, let's see here. What do we have here? I will take Minnesota plus the points against Penn State. That's my 3-teamer day from college. Football. All right. Let's see what Rod has for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com. Rod put up some great numbers here. College hoops for the year. Seen on the leaderboards. over at TonySpicks.com. We did it again. I haven't done this for a while, so let's see what Rod has for sale over at Tony Spicks.
You did have it down, and then all of a sudden you
went too fast.
It happens. Anyways, today over at Tony's Picks, I've got 3 college basketball, 5 college football. I have 2 in hockey, and a triple in the NBA. So loaded action today. I might even have a couple more college football that I'm seeing in the later games, where the lines have moved, and we're hearing some information. Definitely have a couple of those late steam plays. So jump aboard a long-term pass, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day. That's the best way to go here at TonySpicks.com. That way you get those late steam plays emailed right to you directly, and you don't miss out on any action I got going today in this loaded card. Don't forget to use that promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 15% off. Hit the link in the description. That'll get you right on over to TonySpicks.com, and you can find the bets that I'm making today to crush the books. Let's have a good day, everybody.
That's right, guys. Got to board with Rod over at TonySpicks.com. Those long-term passes are great. Late steam plays, great feature at TonySpicks.com. You get your regular member plays by 11 a.m. Eastern time, but we allow our cappers to handicap and post plays between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time. That means we're capping day and night for you. So any of those late plays that are entered are emailed directly to your email box for the long-term subscribers using the email that you use when you sign up for the service. That's the late steam, a great feature here at TonySpicks.com. So get on board with the long-term pass from Rod to get those late steams emailed directly to you, to your box. All right. I'll let you know what I have. I have a 3-pack from college football up right now. Also, a best bet. Been hitting with my best bet here on TonySpicks.com. Been doing well with that at the under yesterday in San Jose State, and that UNLV game. Got a best bet up there for you today. Also, a multi-pack here from college football. Also, we'll have plays for you here from NBA a little later this morning. So get on board with me as well at TonySpicks.com. And don't forget to use that promo code TonyT at checkout, and you'll save that 15% off. All right, we got you through that segment. Rod, what do you have over on the Tony Spicks YouTube channel? We got a very active channel with lots of on-demand content.
Yeah, and I apologize. Like I missed. I ran through all the hockey there today on the card that I liked on the morning show. Normally, I'll pick out a few for you. I missed being able to get up all those videos today in hockey. So today I have absolutely nothing. Replay if you missed anything. We
got the NFL show.
Definitely that. Yeah, the NFL show is up there for tomorrow's action. So definitely check it out. And I'll be returning to shoot some videos today. It happens when you get when you live up here in Canada and you get a blizzard. Sometimes you get water leaks. Frozen pipes, it happens. And I happened to find one yesterday, and it's like it's not fun dealing with it. You get nice, good old wet, soggy insulation, and you're pulling out insulation and piping. So I dealt with all that yesterday, and now we're squared away as it's blizzarding outside. So I'll be definitely indoors, get some videos up. So be on the lookout for that. Normally I'll have every hockey game going, but sometimes life happens and kicks you in the butt, and you try to do the best you can with that situation. So that's why I covered all the hockey today on the morning show, because I missed the hockey videos that I normally have up there for you at Tony Spicks YouTube. So definitely, I'm sure there's a bunch of other videos today that Tony shot and some of the other cappers as well. So definitely check those out here at Tony Spicks YouTube.
That's right, guys. Check out our YouTube channel. We're live with you here every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. We give a full rundown of these other major sports card for you, as well as throwing in a little player props here and there, as well as parlays we get in for you guys. And, of course, if you ever miss a live show, it archives beautifully here on our YouTube channel. Just go to the live tab. You can watch the replay. We get a lot of replay views on our content because it has a long shelf life. So, hey, if you missed the show in the morning, just watch the replay because there's a lot of shelf life here on this early show, guys. So check it out. And, of course, don't forget to like and subscribe and set those notifications. So when we're live, you're live with us to get the plays in real time and catch all the great content of the Tony Spicks YouTube channel. A lot of on-demand for you there. All right, Rod, do you have anything in closing?
Have yourself a good day. Crush it. And don't be worried about the Warriors line. They're just trying to bait you into.
All right. That's going to do it for you guys. We'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and wave goodbye to you guys. You guys make it a winning day, and we'll catch up with you again tomorrow here on the Tony Spicks Morning Show.